So we're here at Arequipa. This is the start of where the alpaca comes in. It comes in by trucks into large bales that are sorted predominantly by finer versus coarser as an initial sort, and then some distinctive color sorting that's obvious of pure color. And then it's going to further go on for later sorting, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. Also, 90%, all of everything that is here is going to be our hokaya, which is the fluffy, curly alpacas that are commonly seen. The suri is set off directly to a separate sorting facility because it is more fragile, and there's only about 10% of the alpaca coming in is the suri alpaca. There's typically 2 to 3 kilograms per alpaca fleece to be sorted. The particular fleece here was just a superfine, but the sorters, there are now 81 sorters within the entire facility now, but they're going to be working on sorting the alpaca to better classify them, to be move them on to the next part in the process. So we're up here up on the roof, learning more about the solar panels. There are 1,200 solar panels, and currently they are being used to heat the water that's used in the scouring of the yarn. They additionally plan to expand further to add solar panels to be used to help with electricity as well. After the sorting of the fiber, we are heading over to scouring. In the scouring process, the yarn is loaded up into a large machine where it starts to open up the fiber and is sent into a series of 5 baths. The first 3 baths contain detergents that are going to help remove the plant matter and clean the fiber, and then the next 2 are going to be the rinse water. In between each bath, there is a process where it will wring out some of the water before it goes into the next bath. The water from the final bath is used again in the first bath to be able to reuse some of the water. After the 5 baths, it is then set into a series of 2 dryers, and the fiber that comes out is much cleaner and fluffier and very warm. After scouring, we move into carding. In the carding process, we begin to open up the fibers, get rid of more of the vegetable matter as well as some of the irregularly length fibers, and start to get the fibers lined up in parallel to get them ready for the next stage in this process. After carding, we move into combing. In the combing process, we're working to get the fibers in completely in parallel to get them ready for spinning. This will get the fibers smooth. Also, it is going to be removing any of the remaining short fibers and vegetable matter that is left in the fiber that has gone through the processes so far. After it is done with the 4 passes, there is 1 more final pass to make sure the fiber is completely clean and in parallel. Then it's going to either be put in a bale to be sent off for spinning or into a bump, which can either be used for creating the tops for the heathers or be exported. After the combing process, we move into spinning. In spinning, they're going to start by thinning and drafting out the fiber to eventually get it to the correct length. This takes several times to get there. And on the final time, they will go and start to add a twist, which is a Z twist. After they finish adding the twist, they do need to steam the yarn to set it, because as you can see, the fiber will actually twist in on itself, and the steam will help to set that twist so it will be stable. After the yarn has cooled for 24 hours, the next step is for the multiply yarns. However many strands are going to go into that yarn are put together on 1 cone. Then the twist is going to be added to the correct specifications for that yarn, and then steam will once again be applied, again with a cooling period, later to be put onto hanks to get ready for going further in the process in the dyeing. After spinning, yarn is sent on to be dyed. In the dyeing process, yarn hanks are put onto a machine. There are little holes coming out the top of the machine where dye comes out. Yarn will rotate around these holes for a process of about 6 hours. After completion, the yarn will be steamed, which will help set the dye. The final step is to make the final put up that we are going to be seeing the yarn when you get it at the store. So there are the twisted hanks, which are completely done by hand. You have an untwisted hank that came from being dyed, or spun, depending if it's a solid or heather. And that they're going to use a bar and a little thing, and they're going to twist it, bring it back on itself, and it's going to kind of make this beautiful hank that is a lovely presentation. It's very squishy. You can feel more of the fiber. The other is going to be a ball, which is mechanically done and automatically set with a machine that creates it according to the size of the ball specified.